live.
Woohoo! Hello and welcome. We are the Untold Stories Project, and tonight we present part three of our three-part special feature, Familiar's Tale, a mini campaign powered by the upcoming second edition Fantasy Age book that will be available in pre-order and PDF later this month from our amazing friends over at Green Winning Publishing. My name is Jonesy, and I will be your game master for this evening. A quick note for those unfamiliar with Fantasy Age or the other adventure game engine systems that are put out by Green Winning. The adventure Age's powers are Fantasy Age, obviously tonight's game. It's also powers Blue Rose, Modern Age, The Expanse, as well as the upcoming Cthulhu Awakens and the fifth season, which is currently on backer kit for crowdfunding. The core mechanic is 3d6 plus your ability plus a focus bonus against the target number. So it's pretty straightforward. And what the cool thing is with this system is that if you score doubles on any of those dice, you unlock stunts. Sorts of cool stunts you can pull off depending on the type of situation you're in, whether it's combat, role-playing, or exploration. And we'll dig into that more as it comes up in game. And with that, let's jump in and meet our cast and characters for tonight's stream. Since the players are taking on roles of animal familiars and companions as opposed to a more traditional adventuring party, I would like you to tell the folks a little about who you are, what you're playing, and my question of the day, which is, what has been one of your highlights of this little mini stream, mini campaign? And I'm going to work my way across the board, which means Wiki is in the hot seat first.
I'm Wiki. Tonight I will be playing Roth, the trash-loving trash panda, who is the companion of the two-leg group's rogue. So I like to steal things, and I like to eat trash. And I'm all out of trash. So I have enjoyed just playing in this system. I really like this system in general. So I think it's been a lot of fun playing in the system. And getting to be a chaos gremlin is always fun. So I'll pass it over to my brother over there, my feathered brother over there.
Hey everybody, this is OG Kevin, because there's another one working about. But anyway, I am playing Farron the Falcon, who is the Rangers familiar. He is kind of that serious eye in the sky who's all about finding out where things are going and getting the mission done. I enjoyed learning the new rule system, but I think my favorite thing about the game is kind of my favorite thing about gaming in general is getting to spend time with old friends and new friends. So some of these folks, I guess JoJo's anyone I've never met before, period. Deuce usually haunts me in the chat. I've gamed with the other three several times. I enjoy that. So I like to think of role playing as the antisocial social activity, because being me, I got to be a little antagonistic, I guess. And with that, I will kick it over to Calvin.
All right.
No.
Well, I'm Calvin. I'm playing Renweird, the twice-born rat familiar of Nash the Necromancer. And the answer to the question of the day, so I have been really enjoying the system. I think I mentioned that I like the whole stunt point system where you can modify your rolls on the fly. But if we're talking this game specifically, I just really like that fate-altering spell magic. It's just like a really fun thing for me to do, just to sit back, alter fate a bit, and then make sure my friends are safe or succeed in the thing they're trying to do.
Awesome.
I control the horizontal and the vertical. And with that, I'll pass it to Joe.
Yeah, I'm Joe, and I am playing the bookworm vendor,
And he's my favorite thing about this game. I read the pun that is Bookworm because he is a little dragon made of spell scrolls, and I was sold. And yeah, I also like the chance to learn a new system. This one's really fun. Has so much potential for creativity and interactivity without getting too number crunchy, which I like a lot. And of course, being able to play with everyone in a different story is just so much fun. And so last but definitely not least is Deuce.
I might be least, but howdy, I'm the Deuce. I'm here playing Sewell the Spider, the Spinrite, who is weaving the threads of Arcana as he weaves his little web. But if I had to say, I mean, truly like any good game, a good story and good people make it absolutely wonderful, but it is also exceedingly fun arming Wiki's Trash Panda with arcane weaponry and explosives, so that just makes your heart warm. So with that, back to Jonesy.
Awesome. For those joining us tonight, online or on demand, we thank you for taking your time to watch what we do. We are a small independent little channel, so if you like what we do, you like that we highlight other games and settings that don't get as much love as the bigger couple, by all means, please, we ask that you do us a favor by giving us likes, shares, and telling your friends about it, where to find us and what we're doing. And with that, I'm going to jump into our little mini recap of what has happened so far. So with that, we started off with our group of allies and companions back at the Hearthfire, which is the home base of the Heroes of Crestfall, and where they got approached by Orin the Owl, familiar of the wizard, coming flying in after being attacked, giving them a heads up that the two legs were under siege, and so our heroes grabbed their gear and headed on off to go find out what was going on. Traveling deep into the far reach forest, they managed to find the Paladin under attack. They were able to help fend off a corrupted earth elemental who had been attacking the wolf and Paladin allies of theirs, and making their way to the local witch that lives out in the woods, where she was able to help patch him up a little bit and point the heroes in the right direction. Having dealt with some other corrupted elementals and a dryad that was being poisoned by a group of goblins, the heroes did learn that the goblins were working for an old foe of the Heroes of Crestfall, the notorious warlock Solban. Him and his familiar Lucian had taken up residence in an old tower located back off in the Blasted Barrens, quite a hike away from where they were. And he enlisted many goblins to kind of cause havoc and chaos around the area. So heroes made their way across the rest of the forest, reaching the edges of the forest region, overlooking what is now the Badlands, which was once a thriving kingdom long ago before magical catastrophe destroyed it. Slowly making your way down the giant cliffs into the Badlands and across some of the edges of it, they reached a mesa area, and off in the distance they seen several mesas, and one lone mesa with a large tower on top of it. And there seems to be no apparent way to get to and from that except for either flying up or crawling up the side of the mesa itself, or seeing if there's some hidden passageways leading up into the mesa. They have spotted several goblins out and about patrolling that area, and that's where we find our heroes right now. They were taking a rest and kind of recuperating and scavenging for parts to make some alchemical explosives, for lack of a better term. And that's where we find our heroes. Anything the heroes like to add to my little recap?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Pretty solid, pretty rock solid.
Cool.
Sounds like us.
Since this is a little mini campaign and we are showing off some of the new rules, last episode, the heroes actually managed to level up, and we actually covered that on stream. If you want to kind of see how that works, and now they're all level 2, and some of them got some alchemical access to alchemical talents and stuff as part of that level up, and so there will be scavenging for goods to basically make things blow up. Every episode we've been kind of introducing a couple of new mechanics, and so tonight we're introducing 2 additional new mechanics for the final night. One of those is a optional rule for the new edition called Daring. Last episode we introduced Peril, which is another optional rule where if things tend to eventually go sideways at some point, and the more things that go in the player's favor, the easier that peril tracker goes up, and it can cause things to go sideways. Daring is kind of the counterpart for that. So Daring lets, as the things go bad, like lots of bad dice rolls, the heroes get jumped and taken out and beaten up, they can actually earn points on a Daring die, which will be tracked on Roll20 in the case of a token. But those points can be used as stunt points, like floating stunt points that the players can tap into. So, if for during the stream, when people have been donating or following or subscribing or doing all the cool Twitch, YouTube kind of stuff things, I've been kind of keeping track of that. So we will actually have a little Daring tracker that will show what those are. And I'm actually going to move this over, players over to another screen so you can kind of see that, what that's going to look like. So, so normally Daring starts off at 0, and as the players do things and the dice roll go bad for them, they can actually add it adds points to it until it hits 6, which then becomes unlocked, and you can tap into it. Because of our illustrious viewers and followers, you guys are actually starting with a full die of Daring. You can actually have up to 3 of them in the game. So if you're playing at home, there's a couple of cool little tips about how to track them on dice actually at the table if you're playing in person. But if you're playing on Roll20, because if you're playing digitally with friends who aren't necessarily close by but still want to game with, we're doing a cool little multi-sided token to track them. So, and the other cool mechanic we're going to be talking about is challenge tests. I jokingly referred to challenge tests as a mechanical way of running a montage scene in a movie. So a good example I like to go to is if you ever watched a heist movie where they actually show the heist, but as they're showing the montage of the heist, there's somebody, obviously we'll need to get the fake ID or get IDs by stealing this at the party from this guy, and we'll do the cuts between them, getting the access codes and them breaking in, slipping past the guards and spiking the drinks and doing all that kind of stuff as someone's narrating it. That's kind of what a challenge thing would be like. In tonight's case, the players will have to sneak into the Goblin Warrens because they have identified that there's a Goblin Warren built into the base of this mesa they're looking at. So instead of running that as a go in a room, literally room by room, hunt by hunt, which is cool, but depending on like tonight, I don't have, that's multiple weeks of hunting through room by room, and we don't have that kind of time. So an alternate way of doing that is to a challenge scene. So way it works is instead of doing like a normal test where you have to get one success, in this case, you have to get multiple successes, and those are tracked by how well you roll on the stunt die or the drama die when you're doing it. So and they kind of accumulate over time as you make rolls. And so the downside is, though, if you fail, you can trigger a consequence. Consequences would literally be like in that montage scene where the guard that you're supposed to that goes to lunch every day at 12. Well, he's out sick today, and someone else is filling it in for him, and that guy is not as punctual or something. And so it's that, oh, we have to pivot, or so it could be things like. And so tonight we'll go into them as they come up, but tonight's. Once you hit so many minor ones, it escalates. The next one will be a major one. After so many major ones, that it will actually trigger a catastrophic event, which usually is the challenge scene has been failed and now you're in combat, or dealing with the consequences.
Catastrophic. That's ominous.
I have explosives. What? Catastrophic.
So when they were going to work this first, the first bit of tonight's adventure will be a challenge test. So, like I mentioned, the players, you have all had a chance to rest up. And so now that you have rested up, you have gotten a full rest. And so that means that if you are an arcanist and you've used any of your spell points, your magic points are back. You get your magic points back. So. And you also can heal a little bit. So you did, I'm assuming, have found, I'm not going to make you roll for it, but I'm going to say that you found the supplies you needed to make your little alchemical explosives, your little vials of bomb juice.
That's just so terrifying for the chaos. I'll say squirrel. To have a hold of, but okay.
So with that, how we're gonna do this challenge test is each player will be rolling at some point during the challenge test, and sometimes I might ask you for how you like to proceed forward, and sometimes it will be dictated by the context of the challenge. So the first round will be dictated by the context, where in this case you have to sneak across the open area and sneak into the goblin warrens past the little patrols outside. So that's going to require a stealth check. So you can either, as a GM, you can either have everyone roll, depending on how much you want to do it, or in this case, since it's a little bit more elaborate and a longer test, longer series of benchmarks you have to hit, I'm going to actually have one person take point per roll, per round, quote unquote round, for this. So who would like to take point for this first bit where it's going to require a stealth check?
I've got 5 for stealth.
I have a 4 in dexterity and a stealth.
Okay. Focus. So you've got
focus.
6. Okay. I will construct your bombs then.
Yay! That'll help me be stealthy.
Yeah.
Okay. But we must remember it is also me rolling. So
it's okay, Ranward, I taught you well. Give the bombs to Roth and get the heck back.
Here we go. What'd I do? 16.
Awesome. So in this case, you rolled a 16, which is higher than the threshold that you need, the target number you need it. So what how this works is that since that was a 16 at success, and you got 3 on the stunt die, that's 3 points towards the total threshold that you need to make the stunt to make this challenge scene successful. So that's very good. And so I will actually make a note. You got 3 down. And so how does that look? So I'm going to ask you as a player to kind of describe what you guys are doing to get in.
So while everybody else is having a little nap, I take my night vision raccoon eyes and I just go scout a little bit and kind of make a note of where the little patrol guys are going and like the window of opportunity between passes through a certain area, and then I guide them once everybody's, I don't know, awake or whatever it is they're doing. I guide them through those openings that I noticed when I went on my little raccoon scouting mission.
Awesome. So you make your way across the open fields, and you kind of dodge and scurry through some of the undergrowth and some of the rocks and the boulders that kind of like litter the Badlands. And the group of you make your way into the warrens. Now you have to navigate your way through the warrens and hopefully up into the tower itself. So a couple options at this point. You can try being stealthy some more. You can try trying to do some misdirect type stuff. You can try to find a better way to navigate through the warrens that may not lead into running into patrols. You can also use, and there might be magics you want to use. So who wants to try to lead the party to the next section of and what would you like to use to try to do that?
Could I use smelling to try to perceive where there's more patrols hanging out, or like heavier patrolled areas, and guide us towards where there's less guards walking around, or no guards preferably?
Yeah, by all means.
Groovy.
That sounds cool.
Okay, taking a sniff, and I rolled a 13 with 2 stunt points.
Awesome. So that is a success. So that brings the total up to 5. So cool. So you're kind of making your way through, and yeah, and there's, like I said, you do occasionally see some guards. You can as you're making your way through, you can see that there's some traps and stuff kind of been set up around the area and things like that. Some of them look like they're kind of makeshift, probably built by the goblins. And some parts of this little underground warrens seem like they're caverns that the goblins carved that are kind of running into some possibly other older construction that are a little bit more squared off and actually finished off and things like that. So it looks like they may have been some old sections down here as well. So who wants to kind of step up next and kind of help the group?
I mean, the warrens kind of limit flying, yes?
To some degree. I mean, it's kind of a natural cavern area. And you're a big bird. I mean, the fact that you're a falcon, but you're not like a dire falcon or anything like that. I mean,
well, no, it's just I worry that flying inside the warren will attract attention when we're trying to be stealthy. Like hey, what's that flapping noise echoing off the tunnel walls? Like,
you're a falcon. You're probably pretty quiet when you fly.
You're a big bird.
A big bird.
Wow, really? Okay. All right. I guess I will try to sort of glide along the ceiling to sort of, hopefully these goblins, being goblins, are, these dirty little grubbers who are always being sinister, and therefore they're not the kind to look up. So maybe sort of get a bird's eye view of where we're going. Maybe sort of try to gather some tactical, like.
Don't you have did you take a tracking kind of thing?
No, I think I took navigation, but that's not really tracking, I don't think.
Yeah, tracking is more like following a specific person, but navigating could be like finding a way through an area.
Okay, so would that be like navigating then, or?
Yeah, you can use navigation for that.
Okay.
Because in this case, we're trying to figure out what would be a natural course to go in, as opposed to following a specific goblin.
Yes. So I got a 12 and no stunt points.
So you didn't stunt on the test, but you did the 3 that you roll do on the Realm die does add towards the total.
Okay.
Brings it up to 8. So yeah, you're able to go through, and as you're going through, you're making your way through. Like I said, this does definitely appear to be that the goblin have done some alterations, but it looks like part of it was a natural cave network. And you do see that the passages are going up, and so you're able to find an entrance that kind of bends up. So you're going up into the higher up into the mesa itself.
Cool.
So, and who would like to go next, and what would you like to use?
Well, using that same thought, can I use engineering to follow along some of the natural caverns and seams, and you look for the natural clues based on the sediment, and that you follow some of these seams up higher and towards the path we need to go?
Awesome.
16 and 5 stunt points, or 5 on the stunt die.
Awesome. So with that, you actually have hit. I had set the threshold at 12, so you guys have hit the threshold without triggering any of the complications, which makes me a little bummed. But
I can blow something up.
we're not quite done yet, but just so that the crew knows and so that the viewers know, some of the setbacks would have been running into like a goblin patrol or running into a dead end and having to back up. So one of the minor complications would have taken a couple of your successes away as you had to back up and kind of circle back. One of the minor complications would have been that you got into a little scuffle with some goblins you took, and narratively you would have taken them out, but I would have gained you a couple of health points as the result of the complication. So with that, as you're going along, you actually you're following the seams and looking for the sections up, and you actually managed to find an old trigger plate, which reveals a hidden passageway.
Ooh.
So you end up uncovering a back set of stairs that lead up higher up into the mesa, and definitely off of the goblin territory, so you no longer have to worry about the goblins.
This will get us up there, guys. This is surely away from danger and leading us straight to danger.
It's leading us away from lowercase d for danger to uppercase D for danger.
We're fine. This is fine.
So as you're making your way up, the passageway kind of curves. It's curving around the mesa itself, and it curves in, and you come up to what appears to be a rather large, round, inset stone door with a bunch of strange markings on it. And it's a big, round stone door.
Does it have a handle?
It doesn't have a traditional push or pull handle. No.
Can I use a lore check or a history check to figure out the puzzle of this door?
Sure. You can go give me a arcane lore check.
Okay, 17 with a 4 on the stunt die.
Woohoo! With that, you do, you've seen similar type doors constructed at the old arcane academy in the capital city, down in the old vaults. This is it's a heavily sealed and locked door, and it basically, you need some way to bypass the locks.
Oh, so if we put like one of the charges here, one of the charges here, we could blow it open.
That sounds like a great idea.
Violent route. There might be some other way that we can get in here.
It seems loud.
I don't think you said that with enough, disdain. You seem eager for the loud part.
A lock that can be picked, or like a vault door that just needs to be blown.
You do. It could probably be blown up, but if you blow it up, the amount of explosives needed to blow open the door will probably be loud enough to attract all the goblins in the warrens below you. But you just spent spent time
that will
avoiding.
use up all our explosives.
Okay.
But you can attempt to. If someone does anyone have the lockpicking focus?
No, but I have lock picks and the ability to re-roll if I fail that test.
Sounds like the best option.
Sounds like winning.
Lockpicks and gumption. I like it.
That's right. Just straight dexterity then?
Yes.
Okay. $14?
You said you had an ability to let you reroll?
I do. I have thievery.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a...
Hey, do that again? Okay, cool. I'm sure that's fine. How about a 21 with 5 stun points?
Okay.
How's that?
That works.
Oh, missed it by 1.
So with that, sorry about that. With that, you like, oh wait, you take the life pick out, you turn it around, and try the other end. Oh, this side works better.
Yeah. Or like I'm trying to use the lock picks and it's just not working. So I put that away and I just stick my whole hand in there. My whole little grubby hand. So with that, you manage to go and open you hear click, 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 and you actually hear that little there's several old and metal rods seem to be slightly echo as they pull and release the lock as the door rolls to the side into the mesa, revealing this set of stairs going up. And as you do that, as the door opens, you actually hear this little like sound, some sort of which Saywell, being an alchemist, you actually recognize as an alchemical like reaction, as little crystals kind of lighting up the old stairway that has not been used in quite some time. You see dust and stuff covering it, and cobwebs. You proceed to try to make your way up. Careful, could be traps.
Oh.
And then I just run up the stairs.
Oh no! Can I sniff out any traps, or?
I'll say, can I use my arcane perception to see if there's any more magic along the way up that would be problematic? Bless you.
Bless you.
Yes, by all means. Go ahead and make your perception checks if you'd like. You can use.
That's not good. I got a 12.
I don't know if this is going to be helpful for traps, but 28 for smelling with 6 points.
Awesome.
That's a lot of smelling.
That's a good sniffer right there.
Well, hopefully traps have a distinct trap-like scent.
I smell death. There's a trap here.
There's some springs under there.
With that, I will say, because you've got 6 stunt points. As you kind of, you do smell the kind of acidic smell of acid and the acidic and kind of a rusty metallic-y kind of rust smell, and you also smell ever so faintly, like only because you got 6 stones points. Long ago, blood was spilled in this hallway long ago. And you also pick up what smells like black powder.
Oh no, Roth, wait!
I'm like, huh? What?
There's traps all over here.
So I'm going to need Roth. I'm going to need you to make me a dexterity check, please.
Sure, it's fine.
I'm gonna run off like that.
Woo! 19.
Okay.
Never
So-
punished.
So as Roth runs off, you're like, the two of you hang back and quickly, like you scrutinize the stairwell to see if you see any magical sigils or runes or runes or just remedial magics and energies, and you don't find anything. At least nothing that you can detect. You, on the other hand, Renwell, you kind of. I smell black powder. I smell, acid, and stuff. And as Roth is like, do, bounce. You bounce forward, and then he calls your name, and so you kind of pivot around and go, what? And as a little gout of flame just across the stairwell behind you.
Told you there were traps.
Yeah, that. Don't run into that.
This ain't my first rodeo.
There's also some acid around here and some rusty metal thing.
Rusty metal. You want to go first?
I
Yeah.
mean, I can wait.
Well, I'll see if there's something up there. Hold on. I'll crawl along the door frame and up and crawl along the ceiling, because theoretically they didn't trap the ceiling.
Theoretically.
Famous last words. And we'll crawl up the stairwell along the ceiling and just see if I see tripwire or anything that seems very visibly dangerous at the moment.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception seeing test.
Oh, I can fail this. Hold on.
What is our it's Farron, our Falcon, doing?
I mean,
Strong 12.
is what they're trying to peep into, like, is that something I could hover up in bird's eye view? Or like, again, I'm trying to picture the interior layout of this thing.
So
it feels,
you're
feels like
looking
it's
at-
very cramped.
I mean, it's not. The hallway itself is probably about 10 feet tall, and probably about actually about 12 feet tall and about 10 feet wide, roughly. So it would be tight. I mean, you wouldn't be able to go full speed and things like that, but you would be able to fly up.
I mean, do you think, like, again, I guess we're trying to get around this trap thing. Can I provide an angle that no one else can get to sort of, I don't have any real trap defeating skills, but like if I could try and give them some observations that would help them, like, I don't know.
Yeah, totally can help them by doing basically you're like kind of like scouting ahead and looking ahead, and you're less likely to trigger them because, well,
Right, I'm not touching anything.
yeah, you're not stepping on pressure plates, so hopefully you're not triggering anything.
Unless, of course, they've been talking to the people from Aliens. They got those weird motion sensor things. Okay, not going there. Right. So I will try to eyeball with a 10. What has happened to all my stunts from last time? I don't know what's happening. I'm not stunting. I've stunted my growth. Bad puns. All right. So I don't know if again, I'll just sort of try and glide up there and sort of just try and give some non-trap triggering guidance from a obtuse perspective.
Looks clear, right? Looks clear.
And say, well, you got a 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously being closer helps.
Well, I mean, there's no pressure plates on the ceiling, except for that one.
What's this? Oh.
So I'm gonna take out my thwacking stick and I'm gonna back up
Roll a torch.
a step or two, and use my stick. And I'm gonna tap on the step that made the flames go whoosh. And I'm gonna use my stick to see if I can figure out how that trap works.
Mm-hmm.
So poke it.
So as you're trying to do it, it seems to be rather difficult to trigger because it looks like it's a pressure plate, and so it also looks like it's possibly a little rusty. And so
we might not be heavy enough to trigger it.
Your best guess is
trap.
Your best guess is that you're barely, if you stepped on it like you were still slowly going down because you didn't wait enough to slam it down hard enough to trigger it right away, which is probably one of the reasons it didn't get you.
I'm just gonna try to parkour over that step and go to the next step.
Okay. So go ahead and so you're gonna try and slowly kind of investigate and work your way up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to skip that step and then poke the next step and then all the way up. See what happens.
Okay. So go ahead and make me a dexterity check.
Okay. 15 with 5 stunt points.
Okay. Awesome. And so you're kind of like trying to lead the way and figure out where it's safe to go and where it's safe not, and not doesn't appear to like that might not be safe. Don't go there.
Yeah.
What are the other two of you doing? Still at the bottom of the steps.
Oh, sorry. Am I at the bottom of the steps? Or am I?
Yeah, I think the two of us are still down at the bottom. Zender is just nervous and just like constantly behind everyone, just
avoid the fire.
Zender, you got wings. Just fly.
I would swoop
Just
down to bring our Necromouse and sort of give him a lift over all the traps.
So
Renward have just terrible reminders as a falcon swings down and scoops him off the ground.
Not the first time you've been. It's not the first time you've been in a falcon's talons. I mean, so yeah, you're able to fly down and scoop it, and the group are able to make your way up and circumvent the traps. So you did see that there's a couple. Wiki, you did find one of the tripwires and things like that, and you were able to mark it so that hopefully, if you have to exit quickly the other direction, then you will see it before you trip over it.
Yep, I'll totally remember that's there.
Oh, yeah, hopefully. I'm not saying you have to run the other direction. I'm just saying, if.
Uh-huh. I recognize a game master's if when I see one.
I have no idea what you're talking about. And with that, the group of you is at the top of the this long passageway. It went up several stories, so you're pretty sure you're close-ish to the top. Definitely not the top itself. So, the other side there is a rather large another one of those doors that requires a little finesse to open.
So not Roth.
I think Roth is the finesse.
Wow.
How clunky that is.
Shots fired.
Seriously.
You got
Rude.
this. You're great.
You go
I'll be
in
done
there
here.
then. You're small enough. Get in the hole and unlock it.
I think it doesn't have to be that way.
Not that small. I had a big lunch.
It was a rat. I mean,
Oh no.
Fine, I'll try again. I'm very put upon, and I'm sighing heavily the whole time while I'm doing this. 14 with 2 stunt points.
okay.
I think you need to switch the lockpick around again.
You want to do this?
So with that, you were able to pop open the door. And on the other side, this little tiny crawl space. Maybe it's about 2 feet deep. And as you're poking around on it, you can find a little lever, and as you click the lever, the wall pops and it swings open.
Yeah.
So it looks like the door is hidden behind a false panel. And opens into what you suspect is a lower level of the tower.
Is there anything shiny that I can steal in my immediate visual range?
Your best guess is no.
Okay.
As you're looking around, you see a bunch of old discarded furniture that's kind of given out and rotten and fallen apart. There is 2 doors leading off this room. There's, like I said, and there's an alcove that once it had a giant bookshelf on it. And then you see remnants of what may have been a table at one point.
Oh my god, guys, this is a giant trash can.
Books aren't trash.
And there
When
are
they look like that, they are.
2, like I said, 2 doors off of here.
Right or left? Right or left, guys? Right or left?
I would like an perception test from Renweird.
Regular perception or smelling perception?
Regular perception.
Yep. The answer is
Ooh,
Wow.
20 with 6 stun points.
And it's actually going to be 22 because I'm letting. You can feel the pulse of necromantic energy coming from the north.
So he'll voice out, yeah, there's some sort of necromancy coming from the north.
And since you had 6 stun points, I will just flat out tell you, you can pick up. It's eminent. There's four of them. 4 little points of magic that you can immediately sense right through the door.
4 different sources of magic.
So I go towards the necromancy.
And when he says that, you all kind of like, think about it for a second. And as you think about it for a second, you can feel a pull directly above you, higher up in the tower. Something's pulling towards you. And as you do that for a brief second, each of you can sense your 2-legged companion high above in this tower. You can actually feel the bond that you have with them grow stronger because you're closer to them.
Okay, so necromancy. The necromancy is where we go.
Yeah, we gotta find a way through the tower. I can feel Nash in here. He's up there somewhere.
A person's back here.
Yeah. Let's go through that door.
To the door.
That seems dangerous. Let's go.
So, with that, you try to push open the door.
I try to kick it open like a big hero type.
Go get it.
Okay, I have tiny little legs, so.
So, with that, I'm going to ask each of you.
Oh Lord.
To roll for. Oh, actually, one second. Before I say anything, let me pick up my little tracker and make sure it's up. go ahead and
Initiate.
roll me some initiative.
Don't forget to
Lord.
click your tokens.
This doesn't lead to combat. There's no reason.
Yeah, this is just so we can go in the room in a proper single file line.
Exactly.
Oh, there it is.
Initiative.
Cool. And with that, as you kick open the door, you see 4 undead. Looks like some animated skeletons with some beady little red light of energy going in their eye sockets. And as soon as the door opens up, they all snap their head towards your direction and proceed to head in your direction.
And these don't look like crows.
Correct? They don't.
These are just shambling skeletons. This is beginner work. We're fine.
Oh boy.
So, you're the expert. Let's get them.
Can I bite them?
I wouldn't chew, but yeah.
You can gnaw on them.
I guess you got a thwapping stick. That could work.
Do have a thwapping stick.
But they are like solid skeletons, right? They're not incorporeal or anything.
They do look like skeletons. I was actually literally trying to grab the artwork for them. They do appear to be skeletons. They do have a little bit of armor on them. Not much, but they do have a little bit of armor on them. And you actually, because of who you are, you recognize them as Doomguard.
What?
Which are a type of skeleton sentries.
Doomguard? Okay, I might have underestimated these guys.
I liked it much better when you were more confident.
I thought they was just regular gods.
It's gonna be like that time back in the Netherwood.
Look, I was certain those guys didn't see us.
They chased us for a day. I was so tired.
I'm gonna shove Saywell into the room. Go get him.
Okay. Yeah, when we're ready to start, or bring up something else, Jonesy.
I was going to show you.
Hey.
There you go. Doomguard.
Nice.
Sorry.
So, and these ones appear to have little bits of metal armor and stuff, like little shoulder plate and a little bit of a. One has an arm brace on. One has little Rembrandts on.
Yep, don't
Totally
like that.
harmless. Totally harmless.
So,
Don't like it.
So Saywell, looks like you have initiative.
Yep, this is me thrilled about that. We'll go over here by Roth and Zender and hunker down like a little spider and spit an arcane web at it. 2. Missing terribly. Strong 11.
Not good.
All right, I tested their defenses. They are pretty strong.
You 11, you said?
Oh yeah.
11 hits.
Oh. Okay then. Well, I was not expecting that. So then let's.
Damage them.
Yeah, we'll use damage, just normal damage.
I mean,
Strong 3 points.
Could have gone better.
Fair. And I'll use my 2 stump points for battle magic. Just try and do it again.
Okay.
2. Better. 17 should also hit.
Yes.
For 3 more points. But 2.
See, very accurate, but very small.
Small but mighty. So yeah, you blast it. It kind of rocks a little bit as from being hit. Zinder, what would you like to do?
Arcane breath.
Okay. You're gonna go a little closer so you can hit them.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Oh, I did not measure that out. What the?
I've taken their measure. You've got this.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm just gonna move up. Go strong.
yeah, I just need to fix that too.
Just move into the room.
It's making this room a lot bigger than it's supposed to be.
I'm
So I need to
gonna
adjust that.
hit this one. And go. 17.
That's a hit.
And then damage. 7 points.
Cool. And who's next? Roth, what would you like to do?
So question, should we be counting the squares for movement or using the measurement?
You can use either one. I just realized it was still doing D&D measurements, and so I fixed it so it shouldn't be doing that anymore.
Cool.
Yeah, it's I realized I forgot that. I'm like, this would be a gigantic tower. If it was.
Yeah, it was pretty big. Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to gotta use the thingy. Gonna shuffle on into the room over here. Room, move in just a little bit, and then so hold on. So minor action to move, and then I will do that thing that I do so well and use major action charge so that I can bite him.
Cool.
So I'm gonna get up in his grill and try to bite his face. See, what possibly could go wrong?
I don't see any problem with this plan.
Not a good moment to ask that.
I think you found out what could have gone wrong.
So, that's an 8.
So you launch yourself at the. So I imagine so there's a giant little pillar of some sort of black stone in the center of the room. So I imagine that you kind of run yourself over, run up, and launch yourself off of it at him.
That was the idea, yeah.
And as you do, he kind of sways to the right, and you go to the left, and you go right past him.
But fun note, You failed a test and a 1 on the stunt die. That's some daring.
I told
That
you I
is-
could help with that one. So
Ah,
I end up on that side, I guess.
way to support the team, Roth.
If it starts going real well, I'm just gonna blow everything up.
I'll stay out here, Roth.
Oh no.
Brings us down to Redweird. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna move into the room with a speed of. Let me double check that. 14. Okay, so I can definitely get in. I don't want to have these guys looking at me right away. So I'm just gonna park my butt over here. And then I'm gonna cast Hands of Fate.
Of course you are.
I want to help my friends succeed. And I don't want to use up puppets yet because I don't know what these guys can do.
At least help some of us maybe not die.
Yeah,
Pish posh.
just die close to me. That's all you have to do. So I hit a 14 with a target number of 12, and my spell power is 10.
Okay.
No stunt points, though. And... oh no, I only get one fate point here, I believe.
Yeah, because that's what's on the stunt die. Isn't that what it goes by?
Isn't
Oh,
it
sorry,
one?
stunt die plus 1. So 2.
Oh. Sweet. Cool. So a little fate point tracker on there for you too.
Yep. Cool, cool. So if anyone fails, don't fail by too much. I can only help you a little bit.
And that brings it down to the Doom Guard. Whose names make it seem like they're way cooler than they actually are. He's gonna shuffle down here.
Every day he's shuffling.
Yep, shuffle this way.
I just look at the one that just kind of like totally ignored me and walked away from me, like. Like rude.
Yeah, they're kind of shambling into the room. One is gone for our little dragon because that's the one who actually hurt him. He's ignoring the raccoon because the raccoon failed to actually hit him.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. I'm not taking that personally or anything.
He's not either, so it's all good. And he's gonna claw at you. What is Zindran's defense?
Are you on mute?
Sorry, no, I think I was just talking soft. 15 with a shield of 4.
Oh, okay then. So he misses. And the other one's going to go after our little raccoon buddy.
You would think being made of paper, I would get injured more often. I had to fly away.
What does our raccoon have for
16.
defense? You have a 16 defense?
That's what it says.
How do I build these characters? Sorry, no. I'm just, yeah, he misses as well. Yeah,
I'm like I'm focused on the one that's walking away from me. Like, hey, buddy, hey, you wait your turn.
So it brings us to Fenrir. What would you like to?
The little defensive web packet that Saywell made for me. What does that have to do to activate? It's a defensive.
Just not a full action.
Minor action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but then is moving a minor action as well, or not?
Usually you move as part of your minor action.
So I couldn't trigger both of those at the same. I couldn't move and trigger that thing.
You could, but you could only move and trigger it. You couldn't move, attack, and trigger it.
Okay. All right. So I will do that. Then I feel as though my sister needs, that stern falcon eye in the sky watching out. So I will move in such a way to try and draw that thing's attention while also triggering the defensive bubble that Saywell made for me. And I forget what that does.
So it'll last for 3 rounds with the mana put into it, and your defense would be 17.
Okay.
It's 10, 2 for willpower, 2 for my focus, and then 3 for the stunt points went into it. So for 3 rounds, you have a defense of 17.
Okay, awesome. So that's what I'll do for my turn. Then I will move, activate that. I'll activate the thing and move, but sort of trying to place myself between the Doom Guard who's after Rolf.
Become a
come and get me.
Become a visible distraction.
Yes.
Awesome. So with that top of the round. Saywell, what would you like to do?
Can't let my little rat buddy get hurt. So we'll skitter on over here and rear back like a big old spider. I'm not a big old spider. But let's try it.
For a spider, you're big.
Yeah,
Like a chihuahua,
that's true.
right?
What?
I got a big heart. And let's shoot a web at the Doom card coming after my buddy. Not Patui.
Huntsman
Nope.
spider or something like that? I really wish I wasn't asking that question.
Nah, just spin right. I don't think a 9's going to get there.
9 does not hit.
I'm going to find the bottom end of this.
Would 2 points be enough to make that hit?
I believe I put it 11. I think it hit before.
I mean, that's all I can do.
It's up to you if you want to use them on this or not.
The pressure. I guess I can hang on to them. It's just 1 attack.
Yep, I'm not a big damage dealer, so no worries.
Yeah.
But I got its attention.
I mean, that's not good either.
You're fine. Little spider leg up. That'll be me.
Zendrin, what would you like to do?
Was still in front of me. So
Yep.
I'm gonna try to hit him with my claws, so hopefully I can follow up with a quick bite. Do I roll fighting for my claw attack?
You should be able to just go and click on the
Because I don't have a claw attack in my attack box.
Yeah, it would be the your to hit with your bite and your claw the same. So yeah.
Okay. So 12.
Well, that's it.
Okay. And then, wow, with a 4. And so, with my quick bite, it says a dragonling can follow up a successful attack with its claws with a quick bite. So just roll bite again?
Yes.
Okay. 14.
That's a hit.
For another 7 points of damage. Haha.
Cool. And with that, you break off a big chunk of its shoulder and arm,
Ah, that's gross. I didn't mean to do that.
and you snap it, and it kind of crumbles a little bit. And it's definitely like beat the heck.
Shoot.
Roth, what would you like to do, Roth?
Well, that first one didn't go so well. I'm gonna throw myself at this other one that that tried to gonna kind of move right in here and try to bite this guy right here.
Cool.
Come on.
That's a hit. With 2 stunt points.
Whole stunt points. Okay. Let's you said that they're armored in some way.
Yeah, so they like kind of like piecemeal armor here and there. Yeah.
Then I will use that those 2 stunt points for the pierce armor. And,
What's that do?
Whoops, I just so you find a weakness in the enemy's armor. The target's armor rating is halved, round down versus my attack. So essentially, I find a chink in the armor.
Awesome.
5 on the damage. You want some of this? Want some of this?
Good job, Roth. I think you scared him.
Sweet. Renwer, what would you like to do?
I'm feeling pretty worried about my buddy Saywell, who I know is trying to protect me, but I want to protect him, so I'm going to take a blast at that skeleton. The one to the east of us. I'm gonna curl up my tail and shoot out a beam with the Blight Bolt. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to roll. This is the damage. Okay.
So you did hit. Yeah, you hit him. So because you got a 15, so that's definitely high enough to hit his defense.
Yeah, no stun points, but they hit.
Well, you did 6 points of damage. So.
And I don't have any minor actions that I want to do because I don't want to. Actually, I'll move adjacent to Saywell, just in case I get a chance to use swarm tactics.
Cool.
That's it.
And Doomguard gotta go. And they attack. Looks like looks like everyone but Renwell is going to be getting attacked. So we'll start with Saywell. What's your defense right now?
Strong 14.
He misses. He misses. Yours is a 17, right, Kevin?
Yes, currently, just briefly.
He misses. Roth, what was yours again?
16.
Again, it's a miss. And last but not least, oh, I didn't. That's a rock. So, so yeah, they attack. Some of them get really close to hitting you. But luckily, Curran, you managed to dive right real quick out of his grasp, and Saywell, you managed to sidestep attack, but they both got really close to hitting you. So, Finneran, what would you like to do?
All right. Well, the sort of, that little Clark Kent in the final panel wink, sort of breaking the fourth wall at Saywell's saving magics, keeping me out of harm's way. I will then try and tear into the one that is attacking Roth.
So, and just as a reminder, if you like to make a minor action to mark your opponent, you'd be able to use your assassin's ability.
Yeah.
Oh,
badass.
yes, that should happen. Yes, we shall do the marking.
Poop on his head.
That must have worked because I got a 15 with 2 stunt points.
That's definitely a hit. So, and what is your dexterity?
My dexterity is 2.
Which is higher than his dexterity. So a pinpoint attack would also come into play.
Sweet. So much that I can do. It's hard to keep track.
So just
okay. So pinpoint attack. Add a d6 to the damage. Okay, where's my assassin thingy? Feel like I should hear the. Okay, here we go. With an activate action, okay. Mark for death, +2 damage until they're defeated. Zoinks, yo.
Some powerful poop.
Only mark 1 target for death at a time. So this guy is gonna take. Okay, let's see if I got this figured out right here. So the damage is already pre-calced for the sheet, right? For the regular damage.
yes.
And then I should do a 1d6 +2 on the extra dice thing for the extra damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the ordinary damage is 10, and then the bonus damage for being a pinpoint assassin. I just love how that flows together. No, d6. Okay, +2. So that's 14 total.
So I put little cool skull and bones on it so you know which one was marked for death.
Okay.
Cool. And then, but that's really kind of a moot point.
Because he croaked?
Because you shatter the skeleton into oblivion.
He was kind
Show
of
off.
already dead, but now he's deader. Someone has to protect you from your foolishness.
I'm doing fine.
So yeah. So with that, you decimated the skeleton. I imagine that you kind of fly. My brain kind of has it because you're flying. That you fly and do a loop around the room and just literally just kind of
Well, yeah, that
thunder
piercing
strikes straight through
bird
him.
of prey. I can't do that noise very well myself, so we gotta get sound on that.
Say what would you like to do?
When I'm done marveling at the apex predator.
Yeah, marvel at me, marvel.
Oh shucks. Hey. Pipe down over there.
All right, little buddy, we got this. With my good friend Renward behind me, I'm gonna rear up and blast this thing right and proper. Show him how it's done.
Go
Or
get
at
him.
least assume I do. Bah! 15.
15 hits.
Take that.
You
8 whole
take
points.
it. You take it.
Buy him.
So, taking a cue from your ally, you're like, oh, so you're supposed to hit him like this, and you shatter the skeleton.
Well done.
I just didn't want to show you up. You had to show us all how it's done first.
I roll my eyes as I'm running around this other skeleton.
So, Zindred, what would you like to do?
The thing is still in front of me. I want and bite him again.
Cool.
9.
I can spend those 2 points to bump you up to 11 because you also get your quick attack thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, take these 2 points and learn to fly again.
I will take 1 point. That's because the DC is 10.
Nice.
So, you hit. What would you like to do? Do damage.
Yeah, so 3 points of damage on the first attack. And then 11 with 4 points of stunt
Sweet.
for the bite attack. And 7 points of damage on that one.
So you kind of feint him with the first attack, and then just decimate the skeleton with the second bite.
Going through the eye socket. Ow!
You too?
It didn't taste good. I don't like this.
So what would you like to, because you do have 4 stunt points. Was there anything you wanted to do with those stunt points?
What can what's something extra I can do? Because he's already dead.
They get more dead.
You can do something like defensive stance, getting your bonus to defense until the next turn. So you kind of set yourself up so that if something comes over towards you, you're safe. You can seize initiative to basically move yourself to the top of the round. You don't have to. These are a couple of things that you can do that come to mind.
Already kind of at the top of the round, so that one.
Oh, that's true. You are, aren't you?
Well, can I just go ahead and move here to corner this last skeleton?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do that and be done.
Yeah, you can move there and take a defensive stance. So if it does swing at you, you've got a bonus.
Sure. Yeah. Close my wings up or something. I don't know.
Cool.
I kind of want your tongue to be like the red silk bookmark. Ugh.
Oh, done. Yes,
jeez.
that is what's happening. There's 2 of
That's
them.
great. Oh, of
There's
course.
2.
So, Raph, what would you like to do?
I'm feeling real put upon right now. So I'm going to take it out on this thing. I'm going to bite it some more.
Okay.
14.
Nice.
That's a hit.
Bite it some more. 6 damage.
6 damage?
Yes.
So how do you take out this last skeleton?
I'm like, yeah. I'm real mad that everybody else is showing off. So I just kind of go full rabid raccoon on it. And just shred it like
Cool.
paper.
Cool. So with that, you guys have wiped out the Doom Guard. You quickly look around. You can see that there's an exit out of this, couple of exits out of this room. One opens into a stairwell. That's a curving stairwell that goes up, which is definitely a direction you're feeling pulled in. That's the direction your allies are in. And as you start hiking your way up the stairs, you can hear the sound of distant clicking and whirling of metal, like some sort of machinery is going on. And you can smell ozone and and kind of a metallic taste in the air. And you can actually feel, as you're getting closer, you can feel that your allies are in pain. As you make your way higher and up in the tower, you reach a set of large double doors. These are oversized. The doors are at least 18 feet tall. They lead to a large, so you're guessing obviously a large room. And near the very top of the tower, you during the way up the tower, you manage to bypass some of the other Doomguard. And as you reach the top of the tower, the main doors, you can hear crackling and hiss, kind of like crackling electricity and stuff like that. And as you open the doors, you see a large piece of machinery swirling and whirling around. And in this contraption of moving parts and blades, and you see your allies trapped in it. And there's arcane energies sparking and flying off of it and filling the whole area. High above it on a platform, you see a rather large gentleman standing there, staff in hand, wearing robes, and flying high above the entire room is a black raven. The room itself is probably at least 4 stories tall. The dome ceiling, there's a big metal contraptive dome that it looks like it could be opened up to the night sky. Currently it's closed. And with that, that's where we're going to take our quick break. And we're going to come back as you have made your way to the giant chamber with Lucian and his foul familiar, Soulban and his foul familiar Lucian, and your trapped allies.
Yeah.
Nice.
This will surely spell our doom.
I'm gonna blow it up.